Hey, hi, hello, how are you? I'm Pia and today I'm going to be finally doing my November wrap up. As it is now the end of December, I thought it was about time. I haven't done a wrap up this late in my booktube career, so sorry about that. I was really busy in November. I didn't actually end up reading that much. I read, I think, 7 books, most of them being graphic novels. Yeah, I was traveling, I did a lot. November was a busy month for me, so I just never got around to filming this, so here we are. So the first book I read was a graphic novel, and this is Giant Days number 4. And I have been reading this series. I really like it. It's a contemporary graphic novel series. Yeah, I've been really liking them. It's about these British people in college, and it's just kind of like their life. I've been liking that. I gave that a 4 out of 5 stars, and today's emoji book rating is going to be the turkey. Okay. Next graphic novel I read was The Backstagers Volume 1 by James Tynion the 4th. This is kind of a science fiction graphic novel about like the backstage crew of like a school theater thing, and then there's like monsters and stuff backstage. It was okay. I didn't love it so much, but I did enjoy my time reading it. I gave this 3 out of 5 stars. Wasn't bad. I probably will continue. Oh my god. No, this is just not okay. My mom just texted my boyfriend. It's fine. Okay. It's not bad. I probably will continue with the series, but it just like didn't fulfill my expectations. Next, I read Giant Days number 5. And I actually didn't like this one. I didn't like this edition that much. I just thought it didn't really add much to the story, and I gave this 3 out of 5 stars. Again, I'm gonna continue. So far, I've been reading all of them and giving them 4 stars, so this one was a bit of a disappointment, so I knocked it down a star. The next book I read, I don't have with me because it was a school book, and that was The Crucible by Arthur Miller. I read this for school. It's a play about the Salem witch trials. Yeah, I did. I'm not rating this book because it was for school. It was okay. I didn't love it. I didn't hate it. I don't typically like books I read for school. Jesus Christ. I read it nonetheless. I find the Salem witch trials super interesting, so I did really like reading about it. I just don't love analyzing and writing essays. We're almost done. I don't know why I'm going so fast, but the next book I read was another graphic novel. This is the last graphic novel, I swear, and that was Bee and Puppycat Volume 1. I love Bee and Puppycat. I loved this show so much. I don't know if it's still going on. I guess it was like, I think it's a was it a web series? I don't know. I read it so, oh my god, I need this to stop. It was a web show, and this is by Natasha Algary, and this is just the cutest story about like this like girl who just, I don't know, she's unemployed, she's not doing the best, and she gets this little puppy cat, and he has like magical abilities, and it's just a fun ass time. And I gave this 5 out of 5 stars because I flipping love Bee and Puppycat. Oh, they're called Issues. Okay. Figured it out. And I just literally love this so much, and it makes me want to rewatch the show. The second to last book that I completed in November was Hocus Pocus and the all-new sequel. Finished this in November. I started it in October. I like really enjoyed this. I had a really fun time reading it. The first half of the book is just basically a novelization of the Hocus Pocus movie. The second half is a sequel following the daughter of Max and Allison in 2018, and it has a much more diverse cast of characters, and has a nice little female romance, which I thought was really flippin' cute. I really enjoyed my time reading this. It was entertaining, and I am the biggest Hocus Pocus fanatic. I love Hocus Pocus. I've seen it so many times. It is probably my favorite movie. I love this for the novelty value. The story itself wasn't like the best thing ever, and I know a lot of people are disappointed by it, but I didn't really have the highest expectations. I just kind of went into it knowing that it was just gonna be fun, and I really enjoyed my time reading it. I love the movie so much, and I really liked the addition to it, giving it a modern kind of twist. I know it did change some of the things from the movie, which some people have problems with, but of course, like, how else are you gonna do that when you're trying to make a sequel and the story itself like finished itself up pretty nicely? No, I wasn't blown away with it, but I did really enjoy reading it, and I definitely will probably reread it around Halloween I was about to say next Christmas. Around Halloween next year. So, yeah, if you're a fan of Hocus Pocus, you'll probably like it. Just don't go looking for something revolutionary. And then the last book I finished in November was Between Shades of Grey by Ruta Sepetys. This is a World War II historical fiction. Is it historical fiction? Yeah, I think. It is about concentration camps in Siberia, and it's following a 15-year-old girl. And this was a beautiful story. I love reading about World War II. It's probably my favorite time period to read about. And I heard nothing but good things about this, so I'm so glad I picked it up. It was absolutely beautifully written. The story was really captivating. I think I read this in a day. It is quite short, so surprisingly fast-paced for a historical fiction, which you don't really find a lot. Yeah, it really hit me in the feels, and I gave this 5 out of 5 stars. I really enjoyed my time reading it, and it was a really hard-hitting book. I think you don't really hear about like different parts of the country too much. There are like some hot spots that you definitely know about, like what happened there during World War II, but like Siberia, I'd never known what was happening there, or just some general places that were affected by the Soviet Union and all that jazz and shit that was going down. I think this was a really interesting perspective as well, because it is from the perspective of a 15-year-old, just the hardships that she was facing. I highly recommend it if you're looking for a World War II historical fiction. It's pretty fast-paced, it's pretty short, so I loved it a lot. Gave it 5 stars. I mean, hope you enjoyed this video. Make sure to give it a thumbs up if you liked it, like, comment, subscribe, do all of the things, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!